Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome back to another Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. So in the last video, we took on the peaks, and we got to check out some of the fate changes. We encountered the rare Forlorn in one of the fates. I found out I had actually never seen the Forlorn prior to yesterday. I'd done a ton of fates when Stormblood first came out, but I had only ever seen the Forlorn Maiden. The big difference between the Forlorn and the Forlorn Maiden was that the Forlorn was a lot harder to kill than the Forlorn Maiden, and the Forlorn actually provided a much larger EXP buff. It didn't feel like the same EXP buff everyone said it was, though. Everyone was like, oh, it's a massive, massive buff over the regular one. I think it was definitely 100% bonus EXP. I had somebody comment under that video that it was 250%. That didn't feel right. I went back and I looked at how much I got. If it had been 250% on that EXP bonus one, I would have gotten like a million. Like just a flat out like million EXP from that. That being said, if you watched the last video and you're watching this one, that ended up being the difference between the Forlorn and the Forlorn Maiden, was that the Forlorn Maiden is a bonus, but it's a smaller bonus. Only a 50% EXP bonus on the next fate, whereas the Forlorn is a 100% EXP bonus on the next fate. So in this video, I've already just started trekking off. We are going into the Fringes, which I said I wanted to do second because there is a very popular mission that takes place here. We are actually going to be getting to that mission very quickly, and it is a mission known as Best Served. What is it? Best Served as Cold Steel? I guess we'll find out when we get to it, but most people just call it Cold Steel for short. Now, I wanted to have the time to talk about that story quest on its own because it caused a lot of issues. So when Stormblood was in early access, which is just basically people who pre-ordered got to play 4 days before people who didn't pre-order. So almost everyone was already playing. It was basically the soft launch of the game. There was a lot of server issues, to say the least. A lot of people had issues with connecting to the game. People had issues staying connected, with doing instance fights, and one of the first instance fights you run into is that one, Best Served as Cold Steel, or just Cold Steel for short. And so people just spent hours and hours and hours standing in front of the NPC in order to enter it. I actually got there really early and noticed it wasn't working, and everyone kept telling me, oh, it's not working, it's not working. And then about, I think it was somewhere between 3 and 5 hours later, I was live streaming, and someone in my chat goes, oh my god, I just got through Cold Steel. Happy, you need to go now. And so I dropped everything I was doing. I went over to the NPC. I tried maybe 6 times, and I got in to the Cold Steel instance. Beat it in one try. Some people actually did fail it after all that. And if that had happened to me, it would have been a sad, sad tale. Once I got past that, there were other instanced quests after that, but none nearly as bad as Cold Steel for me. Eventually what ended up happening is people tried for like 10, 15, 20 hours, and they just could not get past the Cold Steel mission just because they weren't allowed in. So what ended up happening is, I think it was like maybe 2 days after early access had begun, just a massive wave of people made it past Cold Steel. I don't know if Square Enix changed something on the back end or what happened, but just all of a sudden everyone I knew got through it. I didn't know a single person who was still stuck on it. But then there's another quest immediately following that, which I don't even remember the name of, but it was Pippin is the NPC that you have to talk to in order to start it. And the same thing happened, and then people got stuck on that one. And all the while, there were people who would just disconnect upon entering any instance. It could be like a job quest. It could be like a level 15 or like a level 10 story mission that has an instance in it. It was happening everywhere. And Cold Steel is generally considered to be one of the bigger disasters in Final Fantasy XIV history. I remember a Realm Reborn launch being really, really bad like that. Like you couldn't enter instances, and you would try every instance. You have to try over and over and over again. But Cold Steel really built a reputation fast. And for that reason, I wanted it to have its own video here. The idea in this video is that we're going to do Cold Steel, we're going to do the quest that follows, and then we'll be at the level 61 dungeon. And that will be the next video on its own, pretty much. So that's the plan for this video, is to do Cold Steel. I wanted to tell that story. We're still just skipping a bunch of cutscenes. And that's about it. So enjoy the ride and listen to me ramble on about stupid stuff. You've already been doing it for... how many episodes? What episode is this? 113? It's either 112 or 113. I don't remember. To think, man. You think how many more episodes there would be if I had actually, I guess, kept the series going consistently as opposed to taking the long breaks like we did so many times? Oh man, we'd have gotten a lot of stuff done. I'm pretty confident we could have gotten even some of Alexander Savage done on this character had I paid it the attention it was due. I have been trying to do a lot more work nowadays though, so even with these videos taking as long as they do, I'm a lot better about my time than I used to be when I used to complain about not having time for this. It still sucks that I can't do anything with these videos, but that's been the one thing I'd say that's improved over the 112 to 113 episodes is I've gotten a lot better at using my time while this is rendering, or just rendering this while I'm sleeping and letting normal stuff, or oh, I almost got off this quest. This is for the what's it called? This is for the ether current that I'm doing right now. In case you were wondering why I'm all of a sudden just piloting this thing and shooting stuff in the face. Come on. Is there no other commands for this thing? Is it just these two commands? Does it really take 3 shots for me to kill these things? Come on. Really? 3 shots? I could have swore last time I did this I killed everything in like 1 shot. Is there no other command? No, there is not. I could have swore this thing had more than 2 commands. Because I did this quest on another character pretty recently, and okay, I guess I was wrong. That's all there is to it. I was wrong. I'm sorry, everyone. I've let you all down. But yeah, I've gotten a lot better. And we know what's especially helped is originally I brought back the Patreon so I could do things like bring back the series. Luckily, I've kind of found a better direction with the Patreon for our channel at this point. How do I describe this? I have a better idea of how I want to use Patreon with my channel. I had a feeling that incentivizing individual videos was going to be my downfall because it's not a format that works for me. It works for a lot of people when it comes to Patreon, but it's not a format that works for me in particular. Oh, come on. Leshy, let's be reasonable about this, Leshy. Let's be reasonable. Does that actually hit the Leshy? I don't think it can. I think it can only hit these guys. Can it stun him at the very least? Nope. Can't do anything. It doesn't help that I missed one of the shots, so now I have to take an extra shot. Leshy. Come on. And whoop. There you go. I think I have one more. And that's just been that sponsoring content. And then hopefully us making more things available to people who are sponsoring the content. You know, I want people to be thanked individually for supporting the channel and for going the extra mile to use Patreon. And I want to be able to provide more content that's edited, you know, like this is kind of just unedited content that's very time consuming. And I brought that up in a Patreon update that I did for our patrons. Whereas I want to be able to bring more edited content to people, whether it be guides, whether it be comedic skits. I did one with Final Fantasy XI, or one about Final Fantasy XI very recently. I would like to bring more of that to people, and I think that's going to be more the direction that the Patreon starts going. Is going to be on that one. All right. So anyway, this quest we're doing right here, one of our ether currents. Just like I said in the last video, Fringes and Peaks both aren't completable your first visit. You'll have to come back on a secondary visit in order to actually get flying in those areas, but there's not a whole lot when it comes to the main story here. There's going to be a lot of really annoying story quests coming up inside of Rhalgr's Reach itself. So I figure I might as well do this now. It's worth it just because our goal here is to try and stay ahead of the main scenario quests, and going out of the way and doing these ether currents now helps us stay ahead of it now, whereas other quests will have to stay ahead of it later. So now we gotta go lie in wait for Imperial soldiers. Yeah, okay. So I'm just trying to map out what level I think I'll be where. 61.5 here means I will very likely be 62 when I complete the level 61 dungeon. Now that sounds really good, but I also know off the top of my head that is not enough. I actually straight up spammed dungeons on my bard when I was leveling it. with the first time through the story. And there were points very close to level 68, 69-ish where I still didn't have enough EXP to have warranted skipping all the side quests. But I think if I just take the time, the fact that I am a healer means queues aren't going to be so bad. If I just take the time to do some roulettes or do something along those lines, like if I just do a leveling roulette a day, oh, there's a bunch of people fating here too. I guess I could also do fate parties technically. This zone is always very, very busy on Gilgamesh. So, and normally I record these, I guess, a little bit earlier in the day. It's like 6 p.m. right now, so there should be a ton of people doing fates out here in the Fringes. Granted, a lot of them can fly and also do the fates in the southeastern side of the zone, which I can't get to unless somebody wants to taxi me up there. Taxiing is actually something that was pretty popular in the Stormblood progression sense. What taxiing is there are 2-seater mounts that can fly. Specifically, the Moogle mount is one of the ones that comes to mind. Not the only one, but one of them. And what people will do is they'll basically take the person where they need to go on the flying mount before they have flying available to them. It's very often used to grab things like ether currents a little bit earlier, or to fully explore the map for maybe the EXP bonuses while you're leveling, or in the case of the Fringes, to get to fates that are otherwise inaccessible. They're like level 67 fates, and like you're completely worthless while doing them unless you're maybe a healer. But I mean, it's what people do. It's not the most artful of things, and you know, it's just not really that much fun to do it that way either, but a lot of people do it that way. So this is the NPC where everyone got stuck. It was Rhalgr right here. And it was best served with Cold Steel, not as Cold Steel, best served with Cold Steel. Oh, I meant to turn the voices on. So this cutscene right here also became somewhat of a meme strictly because of this quest. People would see that cutscene over and over again and then get booted out over and over again before they could actually complete the mission. And so what ended up happening is one of the NPCs in there, he has a line that became very familiar. 2 lines, actually. One is about Cartano. That's not the one I really remember. It was like times looked grim after Cartano or something like that. But the one that got really, really popular was, "It's like all my name days have come at once." And so I highly recommend turning your voices on just so you can enjoy the real voice acting for it and not me, because it was torturous for a lot of people. Now, as for this quest itself, your only goal in this quest is to kill the Magitech Vanguard prototype. You can ignore all the other ads here and just go for the Magitech prototype. As it gets lower on health, it summons ads, and you'll just have to kill those ads as they spawn, because they'll go right for you. All these like slashers and stuff over here. See, they'll just go straight for me. These are the only guys you realistically need to go out of your way to kill. And even then, it's not so much going out of your way. It's not like they take a particularly large amount of effort. And then there'll just be more and more AoEs as you get further and further. Yeah, you can see those right there. I think when it gets down to like 40%, it's gonna change phases, and there's gonna be like a second part of the fight available. I'm gonna wait till actually the next set of ads spawn before I use the size again. Might as well. That's the spot where it's gonna be best. Yeah, don't worry about... I'm a healer. Don't worry about curing the NPCs. Don't worry about any of the other NPCs you fight. Just kill this Magitech prototype. Alright, so now we can do this. And I think that'll kill all of them. Yep. I remember this perhaps a little too well. It is kind of fresh on my mind, but it's my first time doing it as White Mage. I've done this as what? Monk, Bard, and White Mage now. Who's doing 10,000 damage a hit to this thing? Or maybe that was the 1,000 that I read. I thought it said 10,000. So now he's going to start tethering these mines to me. I basically just have to run away from them. That's it. Just run away from them. See? And then they leave a giant fire puddle on... Oh, they don't even leave a puddle on the ground. It looks like they're about to, but I guess they don't. So now I gotta dodge AoEs and worry about those mines coming out. I think he's gonna eventually tether 2 of those mines to me. Not like it makes a huge difference, but it's just something to keep in mind. Oh, see, now he does it while I'm fighting ads, too. Oh, I forgot that that happens. Yeah, if you have all the mobs in range, I think this actually will kill them all. Yep. So try to keep those in that AoE. May mean you can spend a little bit less time worrying about them. Oh, here we go, yeah. So now he does 2 mines, 1 back to back. And because the AoE explosion it's pretty large, as you can see, you really want to try to keep some distance from this thing. It doesn't need to be a whole lot, but some distance would be preferred. I think it's going to switch me into a cutscene in a few seconds here, as soon as I hit it a couple more times. And then from that point on, I think it's a DPS race, because I think all the other ads will despawn. Yeah. There's one last little bit here. And now, well, I guess... Oh, yeah, so now we just have to beat the prototype itself. And it'll... Yeah, it starts self-destructing. That's all I gotta do. Just DPS it like crazy. You have a lot of time here. You have an entire minute with all these NPCs here to kill it. As you can see, we're not even remotely close to having to be actually concerned about that. We got like 35 seconds left-ish. Oh, there you go. 30 seconds. He keeps counting down. Grinwad is having a good time over there. And we're good. And that's it. It's done. You don't have to fight anything else. So what a lot of people did the first time they did this, back when the cold steel problem was going on, they would try to kill every NPC one by one. And then sometimes they would disconnect while they were trying to deal with that enrage right there, and then they wouldn't do enough damage. Man, I felt so bad for people. A lot of people said it was bullshit. A lot of streamers got through cold steel, and it's because of exactly what I described before, where somebody comes into the chat and says, "Oh my god, I just got through streamer, go do it right now." That's what got me through it. I don't remember who was the one who told me, but they're a godsend. They could be the sponsor of this video. So now that we've completed both the Rhalgr's Reach quest and the other quest, I'm actually going to teleport there to save myself some time, since I know that this there's a ton of stupid quests right here. I'm going to just go do that real quick. So what happens here is now there's going to be a quest. There's going to be like 4 or 5 different quests that ask me to just talk to people in Rhalgr's Reach, and it's obnoxious. It's like patch 2.3 Ramu quests level of obnoxious. I don't remember... I have a video of me doing the 2.3 main scenario quests. I just don't remember how obnoxious it was exactly. I just remember that being like my least favorite set of quests. Even like, I hated it even more than the Mughals when we got to Heavensward. Especially because I skipped a lot of side quests on this character in particular. It made the Mughals really, like, nothing. Alright, so now you're going to have a quest. If I could just take 2 seconds to see past these curtains. Come on. Oh, alright. Meanwhile, in a place I'm going to be skipping... Dude, I skipped... What the... Alright. You know, that happened on my board, too. It's really weird. If you skip that cutscene, like, really early on in the cutscene itself, that happens. And it's really weird. Just going to walk away, and then I think I have 2 quests to accept here. One from each of them. No, not one from each. I know soon there's just, like, a ton of quests for no reason. Like, just a ton of, hey, go talk to, like, 4 different people, and... Yep. Here it is. This one's just... I get aggravated seeing this quest. There's, like... What's happening in these quests makes sense. It's just why? Why did you feel the need to do this way? I don't understand. So I gotta go all the way up here, talk to one NPC, and then I gotta go down. There's no shortcuts or anything. You can tell by my abnormal not talkiness how much I'm dreading this. It's gonna drag on for the next few minutes. Because you might just think, oh, happy, it's just one quest. Talk to 4 people. Stop complaining. Man, that is incorrect. Can I zoom out of the map? No, I don't see it yet. Basically, this turns into other quests. Like these, there's like places near each of these NPCs that'll become another quest. And then those quests ask me just to talk to a bunch of people. And it's just a vicious cycle. See? This one became a quest. So question the people of Rhalgr's Reach, right? So I question the second... It's basically a quest to do 3 quests. That's what this quest is. It's a quest to do 3 quests. And now I gotta go and talk to you. I get these free company invites all the time, dude. I gotta... somebody said, hey, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Would you like a free company? Man. You know what? They're just trying to do the right thing. I'll say this. I'll take anybody who asks me if I want a free company invite over people just saying, hey, he's returning. Fuck it. Just throw him an invite. He'll accept it. Why not? You know, it's like, please, just talk to me first. Be human. Be humming, please. So, I won't type back to the guy, but one day he'll know. No, I'm good. I'm good, man. I don't need a free company on this character. I would actually really like it. One thing that is kind of inhibiting my staying ahead of the main scenario quests, and I've mentioned this, it's been a while though, is I'm not in a free company. I don't have the EXP buff. It's a pretty big deal to not have the EXP buff, especially while going through the story initially. For those who are unaware, somehow at this point, a free company can provide buffs, and one of those buffs is anywhere a 5, 10, or 15% bonus to EXP received from monsters. And I don't have that because this character's not in a free company. You can also get the 15% buff from Grand Company Squadrons once you get far enough in their progression, but this character has also never done Squadrons, so yeah. You can tell the kind of boat I'm in. So now I have to search for 5 missing recruits, while also locating the 4th herb, while also talking to this final NPC. I hate this quest. I hate this quest. I hate these series of quests. And I want bad things to happen to them. Alright, now that I went way out of my way to get that, just look at the map. Ugh. It's so bad. Alright, so there's one of the things we need. There's the last herb we need. At least he doesn't have a quest. Thank goodness. Alright, so that quest is done. Oh, did I just use a... Oh, I used my ether compass. That's what I used. I was like, what did I just use? Alright, where's the next recruit? It's right next to this other quest I have to hand in. Great. Here you go. Hey, at least they're all worth 167,000 EXP. It could be worse. They could also be worth nothing. That would, you know, on a scale of 1 to worse, that's definitely worse. Where? Oh, there he is. All these people hanging out on Gilgamesh, spending tomestones and stuff. Alright, what else do I need? I need 2 more recruits. Looks like I need 1 over here. Oh no, I'm yawning. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, I've been sleeping less. I've been sleeping less. I've been trying to make more videos. I feel like I need more coffee, but I feel like I want to live past the age of like 32 without a heart condition, so I should probably not drink more coffee. So the worst thing is, I now have to go back to where I'm handing in this Future Rust, Future Dust quest, right? Then I have to run all the way back to the other side to talk to the quest where I need to hand in this other quest. I think this is the last one until I think it's like 2 more quests, and then I get to do the other solo instance. Here's the book for you, good sir. And I think this recruit... I keep doing that. I think this recruit's also, like, back here, tucked away. I tried to keep that yawn a little quiet. I might go get myself some caffeine after this. I got a little bit of water here. That won't really help, but... oh well. Let's drink some bottled water. Ah. Wet my whistle a little bit. That's much better. Hashtag unprofessional, but I'll roll with it. This next instance... I was going to say this next instance is one of my favorites, but the type of instance it is, I'd say is one of my favorites. Not so much the direct instance itself. Okay, so now I have this quest, and I think this quest over here is not an annoying quest. Please don't be an annoying quest. Please be a not annoying quest. Okay. I don't know why I just did lucid dreaming, but it's a not annoying quest. I think. That's still up in the air, technically. Remember when I said that, and then it was halfway up? It's not that bad. It can't be that bad. I'm overthinking it. Who do I talk to? Ward of the Destroyer. Okay. I think that's the last dumb quest. Because this dude's just chilling here right now. Yes! Get me to the non-dumb quests. Come on. It doesn't help that all these NPCs have like really long emotes with everything they say. And they have stuff like walking off. I have to watch them walk away. Alright, that's on the other side. Western Rhalgr's Reach. It's so small that a lot of the times it feels silly for me to stop and use the Ethernet. I'm gonna stop and use the Ethernet just this once. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I can feel it. I just want to get to Siren Song C. That's level 61 dungeon. I want to get to Siren Song C more than anything. Alright, this one looks like it's leading out into the Fringes, which is what I need. Ah, excellent. Please say talk to Pippin. Speak with Rhalgr at Castrum Oriens. I will gladly do that. I'm saving time. Listen, I know it's money that doesn't need to be spent. I'm saving time. You've seen me do it before. I'm doing it again. Speak with allies. Oh, whoops. I was so ready to run away. Hey, Pippin. Speak with Pippin. In Crimson it began. This is the quest. This quest also gave people a lot of issues, and now there's no issues to be had. So let's just have a good time. That is... Oh, yeah, it's all the way down there. I forgot how far away this one was. Sorry, I'm... If I go quiet for a minute or two, it's because I'm really trying not to yawn into the microphone. Or for like a second or two. Definitely need some caffeine to get me through, because I want to record 2 of these back to back tonight. That's been the way I've kind of worked my schedule out with Healer Happy, is recording 2 of them in one night, release them both on the weekend. Render one of them one night, render one of them the following night, and that way I have the entire day to do as much work as I humanly need to. Oh god, I have memories of this place when Stormblood... It's only been like 9 weeks since Stormblood came out, but man, like... There's an A rank hunt. That's a B rank right there. There's an A rank that's one of these antlines. It's called Orcus. And we were level 61, 62, so we didn't have anything to do, so we're like, why don't we try fighting some of these hunts? We actually killed some of them. We killed Voxstein, which is a really, really annoying one, over in the peaks. And we tried killing Orcus, and basically he does a poison on a bunch, like, he does poisons, like, randomly on people. And it does, like, 11,000 damage per tick, and I think we only had, like, 20,000 or something HP. Or not even... Yeah, no, how much HP do I have on this guy? Let me wait till this guy's dead so I can see. It couldn't have been that much. It had to be around 20,000 HP. And so if it didn't get removed by like 2 ticks, we were basically dead. And so people were just getting massacred by that thing. It didn't help that he also hit really friggin' hard. That's one thing with the Stormblood hunts. They all hit really, really hard. Upon proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time. Good thing we're skipping all the cutscenes, because otherwise we'd be here a while. This is a great solo story mission. There's actually a lot of great solo story missions. Cold Steel's kind of one of the more standard ones. This one, on the other hand, is amazing. So for this one, our first goal is to save the stragglers that are over here, which is pretty simple. It doesn't really matter what order you kill them. I like to kill the ones that are on the stragglers first. Like this guy's on Pippin, so I don't really need to focus him just yet. Also, we have Obsidian Carbuncle doing some work over here. Alright. And now we move on to the next set. You can see them fighting over there already. This isn't the part that makes it good, though. It's the part after this that makes it great. I like to kill these Reapers off first, although I've already managed to make quite a few friends, as you could tell. I didn't really wait for the NPC help to come in. The NPCs heal me, and I'm a white mage, so whatever. Oh, Rhalgr. I'm coming. Hold your horses. See, you're fine. And I think there's one more set. No, two more sets. There's one more set, and then like a mini boss, and then the boss. I highly recommend taking the time to watch all these cutscenes, by the way. These are all excellent cutscenes. Not a single moment is wasted in these ones. Which is more than I can say for a lot of the Realm Reborn ones, so... Hence why I appreciate these oh so much. Oh. As you can see, I have a few more friends here. Oh, man. Alright, I think if I just attack this one, if I just attack Fordola, I think I can push it to the next part without having to kill them all. Yeah, this looks to be working. I don't even have to kill her. Yeah, I think that'll automatically push it right now. Oh, maybe not. There you go. Yeah, I just have to get Fordola low enough. And now is the real fight. Which this one is pretty funny. So, what's going to happen here is we are up against Xenos Galvus. He just walks like that the entire time, but he's also level 70, so... expect to miss quite frequently. My goal is to get him to 95%, I believe. Which I just... yeah. This attack is almost lethal. Deliberately almost lethal. Stuns. Down for the count. Just throw myself some healing and then... for the most part, I can ignore the ads. A little bit later, it gets harder to... I guess kind of deal with the fact that there's a ton of AoEs all over the place. But he's level 70 and I'm level 61, so yeah. As you can see, I do like 300 damage per hit. So, not doing a whole lot, obviously. I think I can make it. Nope. Not like it matters. Doesn't really do that much damage. Every, like, 1% of his health is, like, a phase. This is actually moving along really fast as White Mage. Especially now that I have what's it called up? Presence of Mind. I'll just face tank him. It really helps to have skills like that. Like, holy moly, does that make my life a million times easier. Alright, I think it's like 2 more seconds. Come on, he's almost there. 90. Well, as soon as it says 94, that means we're donezo. Alright. So now he's just going to straight up end it. It's not lethal. Yeah, it just gets me really low. And then skip cutscene and it's done. Trust me, when you have the context of what's going on there in its entirety, these sets of cutscenes are fantastic. And with that, we're almost ready for the level 61 dungeon. Where, you know, I can actually talk about a dungeon instead of just running around filling time with this. Where? Up there. So many people here, I couldn't actually see it. It's funny when there's like all these other people in Rhalgr's reach. And it's like, man, where were you guys like 2 seconds ago when all this stuff was going down? It doesn't even like phase them out. There's like people on the ground. There's dudes all over the place. It doesn't matter. And Pippin. Speak with Aurelia. That's like I don't know, Aurelia. Moving through. Almost level 62. Yeah, so I will hit level 62 off of the dungeon itself. I think after this I might rest my voice a little bit, getting a little raspy. Put some caffeine in me. I mean, I didn't yawn that entire fight. It's just when it comes down to those moments of silence, I get sleepy. I'm sorry. Damn it. Sorry. This group is 04 Savage proc stats recruiting great ninja or dragoon. I like how it's just, you have to be great. All right? If you're not great, don't talk to me. All right? You know what would get me a little bit ahead of the main story? So, one thing that they do is whenever the level cap is raised, the previous level cap dungeons all become worth EXP. I do have a lot of those left. And realistically, doing a video on those is not a bad idea. But it would be very, very far from getting this character close to current content, which is what I want to do right now. Alright, back to Castrum Oriens. And then I think from Castrum Oriens, it's going to send me to Limsa Lominsa. Sorry, I really need another sip. My voice is fine with all the recording I do, but as soon as I get to this video, that's where I start getting a raspy voice. I was gonna say, okay. I'm pretty sure I'm still just standing right here. Oh, and there's another ether current as well. There's Limsa Lominsa. So I was close. And now it wants me to go to Limsa Lominsa. First it wants me to do this, though. And I will indeed. Alright, what do I actually do for this quest? Oh, there you are. Alright, I guess it's just going to be talking to a bunch of NPCs. I'm cool with that. Makes my life easy. What am I doing now? Speak with Lieutenant Mulk. Well, why are you all the way out there? Why don't you just stay here? They told me that in the quest. All the way down. Oh, I remember this one. Alright, this one's going to be done quick. And then I go to Limsa Lominsa, and then I'll get access to the Siren Song Sea. And we'll be good to go. That'll be the entire next video. So let's see. Title of this video will be Best Served with Cold Steel and Pippin. That way, people know the exact two major topics that I'm going to be talking about. Just imagine both of those quests that I just did. Both the big ones that I was talking about. Imagine being stuck on those for 2 to 4 days. because every time you log in, it just barely works. And then on top of that, imagine that when you do get kicked out of the game because of those quests, there's a 40-minute queue waiting for you. Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain. I'm making a lot of you relive some very bad memories. And those of you who don't have those memories, well, I'm making sure you know they existed. Yeah, you better run. Oh, good. I can just finish the quest right here. And off to Limsel Mincet. Now, one thing I will say is these side quests actually have pretty interesting stories. I'd highly recommend if you care about world building. I normally don't care about side quests. These side quests in Stormblood are much better at world building than the majority of all the side quests from the previous expansions, especially the ones while leveling. So, keep that in mind. I feel like it's worth keeping in mind how good the writing is for just the side quests alone. We just have a few more NPCs to talk to, and then we will be on our way to the level 61 dungeon. What the? Alright. Nope. God. Second time I've done that. Healing belt? Don't need it. Alright. The warrior's having a good time. Oh, now I gotta go to Revenant's Toll. Oh. Just let me stay here. Teleporting all over the place. That's fine. It's still better than a lot of the previous ones. You know, I wonder how many people have to just stop watching these videos for the sheer number of quests I have that are either incomplete or not picked up altogether. I wonder if we could put a number to it. The answer is probably a decent chunk, more so than you'd think. Happy, do those quests. I don't care if it's not my character. Do them. No. No. No, I'm good. I like it this way. Oh, there we go. Hey, it's my homie. It's homie, but still, it's my homie. Nope, not that way. Just send me to Limsalomensa again. Stop asking questions, Lise. Yes! The ferry docks. Exactly the place I wanted it to take me. So basically now in the story, we are temporarily leaving the Rhalgr front on the Empire and moving over to the Kugane front. However, getting over there, because there's a dungeon in between, obviously we run into a few issues. Arcanist Guild is where I wanted to go. We run into a few issues along the way, so we're going to go deal with those issues right now, and then we'll have another video. And then we can check out the beautiful Kugane. I'm not doing the jump puzzle. Any of you thinking it right now, stop thinking it. How about just no? I already, you know what? I have a video of me doing the jump puzzle. We don't need another one. So yeah, there's a big long cutscene right there. I talk to this guy, gives me another cutscene, and then the Siren Song C is now accessible. And that is going to be a wrap for this video. In the next video, we'll be doing the Siren Song C, so be on the lookout for that. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for more of the Healer Happy Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV series. I will see you all in the next video, and until then, take care.